coming to the Dash behavioral model meeting. I've gone ahead and started the recording. It's April 20th today. And then the last time we were here, we talked about PR. Oh, do the people get let into the meeting automatically? I think they do. Chrissy, you let people in, or Yusuf for me?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yep,
Okay,
I can do it.
thanks. Okay, thanks. So it looks like last time we talked about PR 358, the SCI attribute generations from annotations. And then we talked about 308 from Andy. And maybe he'll join today and give us a little update, or maybe Reshma can, or Chris, possibly. And then if anyone wanted to present something else, just let me know. I think possibly Marian wanted to present something. So Marian or Reshma, did you want to go first?
Maria can go first. Marian, do you have the PR related to private link, right?
Yeah,
Possibly.
Right. So this one's a bit easier to digest because all of the infrastructure was done together with the service tunnel, and this one builds on top of it. So yeah, let me just open one more link. So here in the Sonic design, private link is already there, described with the use cases and examples, like VNet to VNet. Go down service tunnel and private link. So there is an example configuration, like for instance, where is it? Is ENI over here? Yeah, there it is. Like there are new fields for ENI added, and a new kind of mapping for private link that also adds a few more fields for packet manipulation. But in general, to describe the difference between a private link and service tunnel is that service tunnel is meant for virtual machines to access public resource via public IP or internet routable IP or something like that, which means that in the overlay destination, you will already have public IP as your desk address, so you don't really need to do any mapping because service is already exposed as a public IP. But then there might be different scenarios where the same service somewhere else over the internet, it still can be hidden behind net, and it still can be exposed as a private IP. So that's what we have private link for, meaning that this service tunnel transformation happens on the on a different table. So in contrast to service tunnel, private link is an action of CA to PA table, meaning we do all of the same things as VNet to VNet routing, but at the end we do the translation according to service tunnel transformation. So we reuse service tunnel encoding for those purposes. Like again, controller will encode this metadata in the overlay, and then we will set other attributes for the underlay encapsulation, which will be mapping for or not the mapping, but the regular address translation, which was common to VNet use case, where the packet transferred will go on the underlay using public IPs. So this isn't really changed. So we will have overlay diff provided, sorry, underlay diff provided, overlay with the service tunnel / private link encodings. Yeah. Oh, actually, I see one issue in here. This one is redundant. Bad copy paste, but it's not used if you would look at the implementation. But generally, what we get underlay dip. We get, oh, actually, they are used. So this is, sorry, I'll actually need to leave a comment in here because I asked Prince about it. Overlay DMAC is unchanged and it is always.
And I think he's out of office today and tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I already asked him about it. Is it similar to VNet to VNet, or where we set like the other side's MAC, or it doesn't really matter? So the assumption here is that DMAC is unchanged. So I will just pass the same value from the header, and this is always true. So these are the two operations done. Again, they are done on the CA to PA mapping. So there is a new action over here. So this is just, I don't know why this diff is showing. It should have been from service tunnel. It's the same thing. I will double check, but it's just extending encapsulation options to VXLAN and NVGRE. Support both. So ENI is extended. So the other side of the, so this is kind of like a point-to-point connectivity. So there is like a private link representation for the ENI. So ENI will have its own private link source IP and private link underlay source IP. To be used.
So I have a question, Marian. So the service could be public or private, and what tunnel overlay we need to use to traverse, public IPs or private cloud IPs. All this is still, the number of the same overlay IP address need to change or MAC need to change, and all that information. I thought that, should be written anyway by the controller based on the service that the VM is looking for in that flow. So I'm wondering, the CAPA tables would be updated by the controller accordingly based on what the destination is, etc., right? So do we need any change as such other than the encapsulation change? Do we need to make a separate set of variables here that you have PL-SIP, PL-SIP mask? Can we not override the existing SIP, suppose?
You mean like have these values per entry and not per ENI?
However it is today, right? When per ENI, however it is defined, the CAPA mapping table should give that translation.
Yeah, so underlay SIP. So we have two things. We have private link SIP, which is overlay SIP, and we have underlay SIP. Probably I should rename it to overlay SIP. So underlay SIP today is per DPU or per appliance per DPU. It's actually your VIP, right? So when we do the encapsulation with a VXLAN or NVGRE tunnel, SIP is only one value. So here we can probably clarify with Prince. It's no longer true for private link. Oh, and by the way, service tunnel, if you look at the service tunnel, it also has a way to specify underlay SIP, which isn't true for VNet to VNet, where SIP is always the same. Here it's per ENI, so it's a different granularity.
Okay. Also, it has to go through the transformations, right? Transpositions. When it goes into public domain. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, so this is the diff. And regarding the pull request itself, there is one issue. I won't spend too much time on it, but for some reason, site tests fail. So since I've added, like, if we would look over here, that ENI data, we added those attributes, right? So this was, hold on, what was that one? Right here, set ENI attributes. These values then are later passed to the, where are they? Are later passed to the metadata. And they change a list of attributes of ENI, but they are optional, although for some reason test fails. So I will look into that. That doesn't seem right because tests shouldn't, site tests shouldn't fail if we add more parameters to the action because they are optional anyways. Right now, all of them are optional. So I'll look into that. That's the only issue that is left with like passing pull request CI checks. Other than that, I have resolved all of the conflicts that were outstanding. So please leave comments here if anything else you think is still needs to be updated.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, and one small thing, there is a pull request. I will look into that today, Christina. I guess it's mostly for you. These bulk APIs, I will also bump that to the latest master and notify you to be merged. I think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Everything
you were going to sync to main and then notify me. Yeah. Cool. No problem. Just let me know.
Okay.
Okay. I will be online all day. And Chris or Reshma, did you know anything about Andy's attempt to compile for the DPTK backend?
There's been no updates, so it's probably kind of on the semi back burner. I don't know.
Okay.
Freshman knows anymore.
Okay.
I did not get any update on this one.
Okay, no problem. No problem. I can check with him separately, or oops, Control Z. I can check with him separately, or I can check in with him. Okay. Anyone else have anything for the day?
Well, I hope I see
sharing the wrong screen. Go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
P4 workshop is next Monday and Tuesday, and registration's already closed. So if you've signed up, I hope to see you there in person. It's in Santa Clara.
Santa Clara. So you're going in person?
Yes. An actual 3D conference.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm unsure if I'll be there. If I'm there, I will ping you, Chris.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, it's on Intel campus. So.
Oh, wow. Fun. Okay. Cool. Well, Marian, thank you for presenting that. And if you guys don't have anything else, we can let go for the day. What do you think? I guess I'm doing the 7-second rule. John, Bud, Suresh, anything? Mukesh,
All set here.
all set? Okay,
All right.
then I
Thank
will
you.
see you all later. Okay, thank you, Marian.
Bye.
Okay, have a good day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.